Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today in The Sims 4 we are building a wedding venue. I will say this is specifically for me. I made it for myself because my lavender generation of my Sims and Bloom challenge needs to get married. I mean, she doesn't have to get married, but I want her to basically. She just got engaged, so this wedding venue is for her. And I will say I made it very white because I thought maybe that would make it easier for you to change it if you have a certain color scheme going on. So that is the case, but we have a place to get married outside and inside. So there's everything set up. So in case it rains, you can have it indoors if you want to. And I struggled at the beginning, like even before I started building, I struggled to know like where to build this. I was trying to go a few different places. I was like, maybe it can be in San Sequoia, or I don't know. I feel like the San Sequoia lots, like, wasn't the right size. Like, we have that 40 by 20. Like, why would I build it there? I don't think there was really any good places to build it in San Sequoia. And then I think I was like thinking about Willow Creek, and I don't know. There was no perfect place. So we're building it in Newcrest on a 30 by 30 lot. And yeah, basically I wanted the view to be good, just beautiful, but I wouldn't say this is a beautiful view, but behind the arch that is outside, I tried to like mainly cover it up with these bushes from the Romantic Garden pack. It is purple. It doesn't come in white. It works for me because I'm gonna like probably bring in some more flowers that are purple because I thought that would be cute. Just for my own personal gameplay. I was gonna use the Romantic Garden plants out in the front, but it was the wrong green and that made me so angry. Like that made me so mad. So I did not get to use them. I put this on medium wall height. Honestly, I don't think it was that bad. And then I also used the window from Romantic Garden, actually. I'm pretty sure, it's from that pack. I will say this is like my most favorite wedding venue I have ever made, and I'm happy with that. Like, I'm happy that I actually like this one. I built plenty in the past, and I don't think I was ever like, this is good, and I think this one is good, or at least decent, or whatever, I guess. And I did have an image of in my head of like what this was gonna look like. I tried to do it with like the glass roof, but then it just wasn't working. Like my vision was not coming to The Sims, so I ended up just changing the whole roof style that I wanted to go for. And yeah, we're just trying to figure out a door space and all of that good stuff. But I feel like I was gonna say something, but then I forgot what I was gonna say, so that kind of sucks. But oh yeah, one thing about me is when my Sims need a build for something, I'm like, okay, I can build it. Like instead of just going to the gallery for a wedding venue, I was like, I'm gonna build me one. But I'm happy I did because, if you don't keep trying to build something that you're, I guess, or is something is out of your comfort zone. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even think that sentence made sense. If you don't keep building something that is out of your comfort zone, then you will never get better at it, I guess, or have a build that you're proud of eventually. um so yeah, I like this. I think it's cute, it's decent. And yeah, I decided to put these bushes in between these fences, and then I also got more flowers, I guess, landscaping outside of it. I wanted to put the flower bushes like in there and then like raise them up, but like obviously you could see that they were floating, so there was really nothing to help with that. And then I was going through live edit mode hoping to find a bush, like a low line bush type of thing that was the same color as these Romantic Garden flowers, but I couldn't find one. They were too bright of a green, so that kind of sucks. I don't know why they do that, and some of the swatches on these flowers are the right green. So I think I eventually like looked at the swatches, and I'm pretty sure like the purple swatch comes in the correct green. So there's that. I don't know what flowers I end up using. Actually, I do. I think I used the white hydrangeas from base game, and then the other one from base game. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, these are the right green. Like that kind of makes me so mad. but it's okay, it's fine, it's whatever. And then when I was trying to look at the trees, we do stay outside with the exterior for a while, just to put that out there because, I want it to look good from the outside as well. So when I was picking out the trees, I wanted to use the tree from Cats and Dogs because this is so beautiful, but it's so small and like the leaves are so wide. And then if you make it too big, it kind of looks ridiculous. And then obviously it would clip in with the roof, so I couldn't use it, unfortunately. Um, so that kind of sucks. I don't know how I would ever get this to work, especially if it's like very close to the building. Like it just can't be close to the house or the building, I guess, unfortunately. And then I was like, wait a minute, isn't there a tree that is in live edit mode from Get Together that has white flowers on it? So eventually I look at that. So I thought that tree was pretty cute. I don't think I use live edit mode debug that much, especially from Get Together. So yeah, I decided to use this tree because I thought it was cute. I put it on the front, the side, the back, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I also used those green, I don't even know what to call them. I'm just gonna call them green beds. I don't know. I didn't know there was like a curvy swatch. So that's what we're doing. And then I'm just putting the flowers on the other side. If like the screen changes for a quick second, it's because I accidentally like pressed Alt and Enter instead of Alt and Shift because I want to like get the item back. I keep I don't know, I just keep accidentally pressing Alt and Enter and that changes the display. So yeah, I decided to use these little packages as like stones. So it's like wrapping around the landscaping. I thought that was pretty cute. So I have you watch me do this side and then I cut the other side out, or I just paused my OBS and cut that part out. And yeah, it was a very tedious process, I would say. Um, and yeah, I don't know if it's straight because like some of the things were poking through. So I was like, "Oh, did I do this wrong?" It can't be perfect. It's hard to be perfect with this stuff. So unfortunately that is not the case. But yeah. Anyways, we're now moving out into the front, I guess. We're choosing like a pathway. I get some lights, and then I wanted to get flowers on each side of the door because I thought that would be cute. So I ended up getting this pillar and then putting the bouquet from My Wedding Stories on top of it. I believe there is yeah, these are oh my gosh, that was so quick. I'm sorry. But like if you have like a base game wedding, I'm assuming since they allowed you to have a base game wedding now, even if you do have My Wedding Stories, I assume you still get the reward from if you I don't know what level it is, but you get that pillar with the flower on it, but I didn't use it here because I thought it looked a little weird. The flower looked a little weird. But also, I'm pretty sure I probably got gold level technically, I guess, with the My Wedding Stories wedding, because I always do those just because like you can choose the activities and I just prefer that. And like you can have everyone sit down, so I just prefer that. But yeah, I feel like when you do the My Wedding Stories, you only get your money back, I think. You don't get the base game wedding stuff, which I feel like is weird. Like they should have just made it so you get those rewards since they didn't really make a reward in My Wedding Stories. But, it's okay. And I'm trying to find a light. I ended up going with the base game ones that I had the first time. I have never used those lights before, and I'm pretty sure in the name it says outdoor lights, but I don't think it actually shows up in the outdoor light category. I don't think so, at least. But now we're on to the inside. Um, and yeah, I figure out a layout, of course. So on the far left is where the arch is. In the middle, um, that's where the dance floor is. I put like the invisible dance floor from the Party Essentials kit because I thought that was pretty nice. I did size it up with tulle. So yeah, I doubt like that's gonna, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna do anything, but you only have like the small version of that. So I just decided to size it up. I don't know if it actually like makes a difference of like where the Sims will dance. Like, will they dance in that space because I sized it up, or will it still be in the same spot? And then in the far right, we have like the bathrooms in the way back. And then that's where also I put the banquet table and then like the seats for them to eat and stuff. And then I also put like a circle table for them to cut the cake. So yeah. And also in the backyard, I did get a fountain. And there's these signs. It's like a sign that you can put out in the front. And then there's also a version, I believe, that is actually, I don't know. In my head, I'm like, this is the seating chart, I guess. I ended up not using it though because it came in like the wrong wood swatch. I wanted it to be like a light wood swatch, and I ended up at first choosing the wood swatch, I think, that matched the seating chart or the chart in general. But then I was like, yeah, I don't like it. Like I just want it all to be like similar wood tones, I guess. So that's what I thought I wanted. And then I also got the invisible wedding aisle thingy, and then I put this rug with the flower petals, because I thought that was cute. And then filled in this space with windows because I thought that was nice. I always like, especially with doing community lots, I guess, especially like this wedding venue, I always feel like I struggle to know what to put on the walls because it's like, what do you put on the walls here? Like, I don't know. Like, so I honestly have no clue what I would put. So I was like, windows, perfect. Also, I could see you like maybe renovating this wedding venue to be like a funeral type of thing. Like maybe a funeral venue, somewhere you can have a funeral. I don't know. I could see that happening. It could work, I think. You probably don't need a space outside then, so that you could turn that into like the graveyard, gravesite, I guess. Um, and yeah, yeah. Anyways, don't know what I'm saying. I was gonna say something. It's like this always happens. I was gonna say something, but then I forgot what I was gonna say. Of course that happens. Oh, also, speaking of funerals, I used the, what do you call it? I guess the memorial display. I used it inside and outside. Just like my thought process was, you would put pictures here of the wedding couple, of like who's getting married. That was my thought process. So that's what I'm gonna do for it. I was thinking like maybe I would put them on their own, but then like in the middle, I could put like a picture of them like in the photo together is what I was kind of thinking, but I'm not sure yet because we're not there yet. But yeah, this is the circle table that I got for the cake. It's just in the corner, nothing special. And I will say, I don't like how, oh yeah, this is the table. It's the table, the memorial display is closer to the arch, for the outside ceremony, but here is just like when you walk in. But, oh, what was I saying? I don't even know. I was literally going to say something, but then I forgot. That's kind of embarrassing. I'm trying to think, like, what was I going to say? I don't know. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Um, anyways, I'm still trying to think about what I was saying, but I completely lost it. We were just talking about the memorial display and like how I was gonna put their pictures on there, and now I'm stuck. But oh, I guess maybe this was what I was gonna say, but I don't know. Anyways, I don't like how when your Sims go to cut the cake, everyone invites themselves to come over. I don't like that. Because when you say gather for cake, they don't really gather for the cut, what? The cut, I don't even know. Oh my gosh. They don't gather to see you cut the cake. They gather to like grab a piece of the cake, to grab a plate of the cake. And I just don't like how when I tell my Sims to cut the cake together, they all most of the time get up and come get a piece. And it's like my Sims haven't even cut the cake yet. Can you slow down? I don't know if that's still a problem. I feel like I will say, I feel like when I have cut in the cake more recently, I guess, like maybe the last time I had a wedding, maybe they didn't get up as quickly as they used to, I guess. I feel like they were still in their seats, but I don't know. Anyways, um, Yeah, I'm just placing the rest of the curtains. I stacked the closed curtain and the open curtain behind the banquet table because I thought that was actually very pretty. And then yeah, I'm just changing the colors of the seats again because I'm like, yeah, I don't like this color. I don't like the different wood swatch. That kind of bothers me. And then I was trying to think of like, what could I put like in front of the circle table, I guess, or behind the circle table, or above the circle table, or whatever. And then I decided that maybe this should all be on the same height. Like, it will be fine if it's just on the same height. And yeah. I will say in the back entrance, I definitely struggled to know what to put. On the left side of the back entrance, I put a piano, an upright piano, not like the nice fancy one, but I thought the upright one was more nice and it fitted better. And then we're also placing new lights. And then on the right side of the back door, you could just tell I did not want to know what to put, I guess. Like I put like a bunch of shelves. I think I put 3 shelves and then I ended up putting like the gemstones, like the heart gemstones on the bottom shelf, I think. And I don't think that looks good, but it's there. It's fine. It's about love, and I just wanted to show that off, I guess. But yeah, we're finally grabbing that stuff, trying to figure out what to put. I don't put a bar. Um, I think outside I put like a drink or the toast bucket. That's only outside though. I didn't put that on the inside because I thought you don't need it. That's what I thought in my head. But yeah. I also got I got a regular music stereo and yeah, anyways, I don't know. I was like my thought process was like I put the desk down because I was like, what if you forget to get a wedding cake? But then I was like, no, that's not the place for it. You would need like a separate area. Like if I had an upstairs area, then maybe. But yeah. Anyways, just looking for a shelf. I decided to use the Modern Luxe shelf because I thought that looked nice and beautiful. So we have some flowers, we have some candles, we have these books, and yeah, that is pretty much it. Not really. I get the gemstones as I said before. And then I don't know what I put on the top shelf. I don't recall. But yeah, I'm just getting like the gemstones from the gallery and I placed 3 of them and then I shrink the third one. So hopefully that's fine. I don't know if it looks good. It's definitely random. You don't need that at all. It's just there. And then I guess yeah, I got the giraffes, I guess, and something else. Honestly, I don't know what else I could have put. I think maybe I put like a little basket or this thingy. And yeah, I feel like we're probably done, yeah, with the inside. So we're now moving on to the outside. This sits both of the inside and the indoor space sits 18 people, I believe. So yeah, I think that's nice and more than enough. If you want to delete chairs, that would also be cool because, sometimes they can like just sit very far apart and nobody wants that. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't really know what to say at this point. I always say that. Also, there is a dumpster on this lot. So, if your Sims get married and the first thing you want to do is woohoo in the dumpster, I say do it. Obviously, that's a weird choice, but it is The Sims 4. So, I think it's completely fine. And I started off with the chairs being on a diagonal. I do change that because I don't know what I was thinking. I think that was like not such a good idea. And then I have this beautiful, I don't even know what to call it, like cover thingy, and I ended up putting the tables um on or I guess in it. I don't know. Because I thought that was cute. That was so beautiful. That is also on an angle, and I do change it, so trust me. They also have a dance floor back here. I put a fence to wrap it around, or to wrap around the backyard, I guess. And yeah, we also have a dance floor. The dance floor area was very plain, so I put benches, um, very much in front of the fence So hopefully I would assume your Sims wouldn't go sit there to watch the ceremony, because that would be very weird. It's like very out of the way. And then yeah, out here I use the circle banquet table. And then I also got another circle table for you to cut the cake at. So hopefully that's nice. I know with my wedding stories, like for me, I know there's like two bugs that I know of. Like, I know the flower toss does not work. It literally does not work. You can sit there all you want. It's not gonna happen anytime soon. And I don't know if it ever will happen, honestly. Like, no, just don't do that. Also, I spreaded out the chairs more because there was like a lot of open space and I did not want to add any more chairs. And yeah. Um, what was I saying? Oh my gosh. It's like when you go on to talk about other stuff, like just to quickly get it in there, and then you forget what you're talking about. That is just, oh, the bugs from my wedding story. So yeah, the wedding toss never gonna happen. And then the other one that I feel like maybe is a little bit more recent. Like I don't want to say it's recent. Like I've been noticing it happening. I don't know what they did because usually it used to work, but then all of a sudden it stopped working. But if you put your wedding cake, like I don't even know, like you just set it as your wedding cake and it disappears. And when you get to the lot or whatever, you're supposed to be able, I believe, to click on a table or maybe even the banquet. No, I'm pretty sure you can click on like any table and select place wedding cake, but that's not an option anymore. So you lost your cake and now you have to buy a new one. So you can't set it as your wedding cake, which I would prefer to do so that way no one eats it. So you just have to buy it like right before the wedding starts, which kind of sucks. And something I just learned is in my ABC Legacy Challenge, my B generation has maxed her cooking and her baking skill, I believe. Or and gourmet cooking, I guess, because I'm pretty sure wedding cakes are under the gourmet cooking skill. And my sim was able to click on her, and it says something like buy wedding cake from, I guess, or something like that. And you can literally buy a wedding cake from a person, and I had no idea about that. I had no clue about that. That's like amazing. That is so cool. I don't think anyone in my Sims and Balloon challenge has that gourmet skill though, or has it like maxed out. I don't know if you need to have it maxed out in order to like have your or have someone buy wedding cakes from you. I don't know. Like that was my first time seeing it, so that is pretty cool. And then I am finding lights to put outside because it is pretty dark. I assume you're not gonna have your wedding too late, but you never know, honestly. You never know. I assume you're not gonna have it that late though. Um, but yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. We're just figuring out the lighting. I put fountains on each side. And yeah, I also ended up painting the ceiling. I don't know if I left that on camera, but I also did the terrain paint, obviously. And yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was very dark near the fountain area, but nothing I did helped. So that is fine. And yeah, I think the lighting is pretty much good from this point. And then here we are getting the benches. You know what? Something else. You know what? There's a third bug with my wedding stories. Why are random Sims, why are random Sims at the wedding venue? I don't want a random Sim at my wedding. It's so annoying. Like, they'll get the food, they'll get the cake, and it's like, who invited you? Like, can you stop participating in my wedding? I understand, like, if it's like a park, like, duh, there's people gonna be there. And that reminds me, I really want a feature where I can rent out a space. Let me rent it out. But anyways, this is a wedding venue, and when my wedding stories first came out, that never happened before. Like Sims would never show up there, and now they do for some reason, which annoys me so much. So I really wish they would fix that because it's just annoying. Like I just want to see my Sims and their family and friends there. No strangers. Um I do have a mod where I believe you can, for me, I can have an event anywhere. So like I could have my wedding at a generic lot if I want to. So that's maybe what I'll do. But the video is over, so I'm gonna jump into the game and give you guys a tour. So here is the wedding venue. So when you walk in on your left, here you will see the couple who is getting married. And then over here, maybe you have like a little, I don't even know honestly, but you have a book of something and a camera. And then this is the dance floor on your right. This is where you would eat. You have a banquet table so you can get the food. This is for the cake. And then these are the bathrooms, which, you know, it's pretty simple. Over here we have a piano, and then this is where you would, you know, get married. This is where it all will happen, which I think is so cute. So yeah, we have 18 seats in here. And then over here I was thinking another photo you could put of the couple. But yeah, you know, it's pretty simple. I think it's nice. It looks really good. And then when you walk outside, this is the outdoor ceremony. I think this is also very cute. We have the flowers behind the arch, which is nice. And then again, the same thing, you can put the couple right here. It's so beautiful. Also, they have the fancy piano. And then this is where they can have the food. They can put the cake here to cut it. And then they would eat under this beautiful thing, which is gorgeous. And then yeah, this is the dance floor. And then I have some benches in case someone doesn't want to dance. And then over here is just the fountain, which is pretty simple. And then on the side here, we have the dumpster. I think this came out pretty well, but I am gonna leave this off here. If you want to download it, my gallery ID is simsdeelicious, like my YouTube name, but without a space. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I love you, you are important, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!